What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the already controversial album cover for Kanye West's upcoming album, Vultures. Now, if you didn't know, this is a collaboration album featuring Dolla that's dropping this upcoming Friday. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the album cover and explaining why it's so controversial, as well as taking a look at Kanye's latest tweet and seeing how it all relates. So while you're here, you might as well go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. And I actually just launched a free Discord so we can all go ahead and connect, so I'll go ahead and have that in the description as well. Now, when it comes to Ye, or the artist formerly known as Kanye West, one thing that's followed him for better or worse throughout his entire career is controversy. And this past weekend was no different. Kanye was spotted wearing this black Klansman robe hat at the Miami listening party for the upcoming album Vultures, and it definitely got a lot of people talking. And as a fan of Kanye throughout his entire career, I instantly spotted the similarity to the music video for his song Black Skinhead, but a lot of people weren't making the connection, and I understand just why. And in doing my research for this video, I found an article from 2013 that basically talked about the same thing. 10 years ago, people were uncomfortable in mentioning the controversy surrounding Kanye's Black Skinhead video, which featured the Black Klansman robes, similarly as we saw this weekend. And I wanted to include this photo of Kanye standing next to Playboi Carti this past weekend in Miami because Carti will be featured a little bit later in this video and kind of plays a role in this. Now, when it comes to examining this album art, the big thing I want you to notice is the font that's used for the word Vultures, as well as the words Volume 1 that you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. We'll talk about it a little bit later in this video. And while I was doing my research for this video, I was actually shocked to uncover that Gosha Rubchinskiy was actually behind the cover concept and artwork. That's a name I hadn't heard of in quite some time, and funnily enough, while I was wrapping up the editing for this video, Kanye actually tweeted for the first time in forever, announcing that he was now collaborating with Gosha to be the new head of design for Yeezy, which explains where this collaboration came from. Now, I mentioned I was shocked because although Gosha was on top of the streetwear world at one point, some crazy allegations came out a couple of years ago that definitely killed his name and canceled him. And for an example of his style, this is Lil Peep, rest in peace, wearing my favorite Gosha piece around 2017. And now that we've established just who created this album artwork and just why they were canceled, I think we've established the first layer of controversy surrounding this one. And after discovering the original painting comes from the 1800s, I noticed a lot of comments on several accounts mentioning the word burzum. Your boy, being the nerd he is, had to hop down the rabbit hole, and I found out that burzum is actually this guy right here, a legendary Norwegian black metal rock star named Varg Vikernes, who did some pretty gnarly stuff that we'll cover in just a moment. Now take a look at that word burzum at the top of the screen, and tell me if that doesn't look very similar to the way the word vultures is written on the album cover. I think when comparing the way the word burzum is written with another album art cover, you can see the definite influence, and I would say it's pretty probable that there is some kind of connection between the two. And to go even further into this connection, I also saw some mention that Kanye has sampled Varg in the past, so I wanted to do a little bit more research into it. And you might be wondering just why it's such a bad idea to affiliate with Varg, so we'll go ahead and talk about that in just a second. And as far as samples go, according to that tweet, the only song I was able to find was the song Pussy Print by Gucci Mane featuring Kanye, which features a couple seconds of a burzum song, so I'd let you be the judge on that theory. Now, while Varg would make a name for himself in the black metal scene for his music, he also rose to infamy for murdering the guy to the right of him, another Norwegian black metal artist named Euronymous, who was part of another legendary band named Mayhem. In addition to the murder, he was also sentenced to 15 years for arson as well, so you could tell Varg was a real loose cannon. And speaking of the arson, this is actually one of the chapels or churches that was burned down. I'm not going to go ahead and mispronounce the name, but you can actually visit it to this day as a tourist. And speaking of doing touristy things like that, this is where King Vamp himself comes back into the picture. Because it wasn't that long ago that Playboi Carti himself decided to come visit and pose in front of the same church that Varg burned down all the way in the 90s. And while making this video and talking about it out loud, I think I can definitely see where this whole black metal influence and culture seeps into this whole hip-hop aesthetic. Carti's definitely at the forefront of using these types of designs for his opium aesthetic, so I think it all is starting to make a little bit more sense now. Now, in addition to Varg of Burzum being a murderer, he's also apparently anti-Semitic, and while learning about the original artwork, I found that it was actually used in promotion of Nazi ideologies in the 1930s. So I can see why associating with Varg and burzum is probably not a good look for Kanye, and basically why people are making these claims that this album has ties to Nazism. Now, I did want to also include this first image of Vultures merch that I was able to find online, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see something similar produced. And in addition to Cardi's own merch featuring that whole kind of black metal aesthetic and vibe, I wanted to point out Ken Carson's merch, just showing you guys how the influence is there and just how deep it really gets. And while we all know Kanye has not shied away from controversy throughout his career, one thing I want to point out is just how consistent he's been with the controversy. This is another article from 10 years ago where he was getting flack for his Confederate flag merch as part of his Yeezus merch drop from a whole decade ago. It's kind of crazy that he can still make headlines for his merchandise and the things he decides to wear and put on his body a whole decade later. And honestly, when you see some of these pieces that he was wearing in design back then, it's not hard to see why it would be canceled today. I wanted to highlight some of these pieces that were available as part of the Yeezus tour that were actually some of my favorites and that were actually causing some of the controversy. At the time, people were definitely not happy about that Confederate flag, and I also wanted to feature a very, very limited edition and rare piece of Black Skinhead merch, which was only available for a couple of shows during that Yeezus tour. Like I mentioned, the whole Black Skinhead thing is definitely not new to Kanye, and neither is adopting this whole kind of black metal aesthetic. And to add another layer to this Vultures puzzle, I wanted to add the biblical point of view from this comment I saw featured on another one of my videos. I think it's pretty interesting, and given that Kanye was on the whole Jesus is King tip, I wonder if it had any influence. Now, apparently, we are also going to be getting a documentary for the making of this album at midnight tonight, and just to reassure you that it is allegedly coming out, the album has been uploaded to Apple Music, as you guys can see, which is, of course, a good sign. Now, in my closing thoughts, I think Kanye is definitely still on the whole anti-hero can't be canceled train. If you guys remember, during the Donda era, he teamed up with Marilyn Manson, who was also featuring some crazy allegations, as well as DaBaby. So the fact that he teamed up now with Gosha, who was also definitely canceled a couple of years ago, is no shock or surprise to me. And although verbally he hasn't said a whole lot, I wouldn't be surprised if he is going to double down on the whole anti-Semitism, so I can kind of see the connections that some of the people are making when it comes to this actual album art. Now, with that being said, I would say he is the king of controversy. However, he's also one of the few artists that can bounce back from anything, and I think he will have another classic on his hands because he seems pretty focused. And if you made it this far in the video, I'd love to know what your final thoughts are. Personally, I can see where people are coming from with some of the connections for this album art. However, I'm not too sure it's that deep. Ultimately, I won't be able to make a real decision until I listen to it this upcoming Friday, and I hope it is a classic. If you did make it this far, I'd love to know what you guys think about this video, and if you're interested in some more Kanye controversy, I'll go ahead and link this in the description. As always, guys, please remember to stay safe out there. Thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen, and remember, it's lit. Straight up, and peace. And don't forget to like and subscribe and join the new free Discord.